Hey, Andy here with Airhead Box of Spirit. This video is all about trying to get a 60-liter dry bag onto your BMW 3/4 seat. I absolutely love these seats. They're the most comfortable seat that I think I have on a motorcycle, besides even the Russell Daylongs that I usually put on a bike. But yeah, these seats are so great, but there are limitations, and that is you cannot really pack a large bag on it. I used to use a Saddleman bag. I'll show you a couple pictures here, and that worked somewhat well, but it's not really a dry bag. And I always found it a little bit of a challenge to pack my tent and tent poles, etc., into that bag. So the Saddleman is great when you go on motel camping, but it doesn't work well for camping, at least not for me, it doesn't. So all my bags, all my Airheads seem to have this 3/4 seat. I love it, but I will show you an ingenious way, in my eyes, of how to modify or build a small cowl and luggage rack so that you can carry a big bag. So as stated, this bike has the 3/4 seat. This bike has the 3/4 seat. And my R100RS also has the 3/4 seat. So Chris Erickson actually helped me and came up with this idea, and it was pretty brilliant. First, we attached the rock straps to the top of the shock. The other part of the rock strap will be attached to the top of your luggage rack. I use Krauser bags, but should work with BMW bags as well. I first run my straps to secure the bags to the bike and prevent the lids from opening. I do that first just because it's easier this way. And then, let me show you this cool thing I came up with. First off, I needed to protect that nice cowl. So I used an old yoga mat, and that gets placed onto the bike sort of as such. This is a prototype 2, P2. So yeah, it looks hideous, but it does protect the cowl, as you can see, and it will also protect, as you're attaching your rock straps, it will attach your seat tray just a little bit. I mean, it'll protect it just a little bit. So that goes on first. Then I've built this rather clever, and I know you would think it's a factory install, but it's truly not. It's just some fairly heavy-duty computer packing material, and it gets secured, as you can see, with some paracord, and basically it just gets placed over the bike as such. Sits nicely on the bags. Note the aerodynamic design here. Brilliant. Have one for each side. The paracord just sort of holds everything in place. I mean, obviously the bag will when the bag rests here. So that's that. Then I crafted one more small piece that is sort of contoured to the cowling, and that sits and gets sort of captured right here. So now, as the bag sits here and puts some pressure on it, there is relief, and it should not put a whole lot of pressure onto the cowling. So this is sort of my initial layout. These guys can be cinched up somewhat nicely, and then just maybe secured with a bowline over there on that side. Same for this one. You can pull the string through a little bit. I still have to figure that part out, how I'm going to secure it, but essentially, this is it. And it works like a champ. When I get to the rally site, I take my dry bag off. I built my house, my tent, and then this stuff just, you know, sits in the tent until I pack up and leave for the rally. But this is pretty much it. So, and this is what it looks like when I'm fully loaded. Bag is on. My camp chair is resting nicely on these supports right there. I think it looks pretty good. Feels solid. Gives me obviously enough room to sit there. But yeah. And I don't think it's resting on the cowl that much. The key is also to, obviously, when you pack your bag, you don't want the tent poles maybe down on the bottom of the bag. You want them like up here, not against your back either. So if you wanted to lean up against it, you could. This is just so that this guy doesn't flop up and down. Really not much load on that. But yeah, I think this could work. I'll give a report as I'm traveling down the road, I guess. As always, thank you for watching Airhead Boxer Spirit. Leave a comment down below, give me a like, maybe subscribe, and I'm heading to the 59th annual Four Winds Rally in Fairmont City, which is near Pittsburgh, so hope to see you there.